The page numbers aren't to be on the title page when you do insert a title page, is it?
Okay. Insert a blank page above that. And I'm going to put in a title page. I don't want heading 1 style there. I want normal. Okay, and I'm going to put in my title page. I actually do have a title page here. So I'm going to go insert. It might not be the one that you people have to use. Sample for report. Okay. I just have to make a few changes. I'm going to go into my first footer, which says 1, and that's on the title page, which I don't want. So what I'm going to do is one of 2 things. I can go different first page, which will remove it. It actually allows me to type something completely different in there. But then you'll notice that your abstract starts on page 2. So because you're working with Arabic numbers, these are called Arabic numbers, okay? And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the numbering system we use are called Arabic. So I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go into page number at the top here. I'm going to go to format page numbers. I can right click as well if I wish. And what I'm going to do, instead of start at 1, I'm going to say start at 0, because now it sees the title page as page 0 and it sees this is page 1. Can you do this with any of the other numbering styles? Not really. Okay. So now my document is going to start at page 1. What's the other option? Okay, do not make that different first page. And let's go back to format page numbers and make that start at 1. All right. So you can see that I have a page number on my title page. Instead of a page break, I'm going to delete the page break. And right in front of abstract, I'm going to insert a section break. So I go to layout and I see breaks. And I click on the down arrow and I go to section breaks next page. And now abstracts on the next page and title pages on page 1. And what's the difference? A page break will actually only push your text onto the next page. A section break next page will push your text onto the next page, and it'll split your document into 2 separate areas so that I can actually do weird stuff to this page that won't affect this page at all. Okay. So I'm going to go back into my footer. And I'm going to see that it says there footer section 1. Good. I go down to section 2 and it says section 2 is the same as section 1. Problem. I don't want them the same. They're going to be different. That's not to have any page numbers, and this has got to have page numbers starting at 1. So what I'm going to do is actually, see this link to previous button here? I'm going to unlink them. So I'll unlink it and that same to previous disappears. Now I can actually go into the footer and remove the one there. You only need to unlink it when you're working in headers and footers, people. When you're working inside the document, that won't even show up. The reason why this has to be done in headers and footers is because these are field codes and it's putting in the same information throughout the entire document, you know, sequential numbering and that. You don't get that in your document. You just type away and you have something different on each page. Now, this has already started at 1 because we messed with it earlier on. And we said in section 2 to please start the page numbering at 1. Now I have to go back to my table of contents. So I'll close my header footer. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to update it. And I'm going to update the page numbers only. And you'll see they change. That now says abstracts on page 1, introductions on page 3.